morning. My name is Andreia Muller AIFD, and I am with the Flower Studio in Oxford, Florida. Thank you so much for being here with me today as I present you my traditional way to make a wrist corsage. I'm gonna be using several tools, including a pair of shears, a Meraki scissors, Oasis cold glue, and hot glue gun. So for this specific corsage, I'm using a gold shear and I'm using a white shear that has gold edges. I love to mix the texture and the color that these two kind of ribbons gonna provide me with. On top of that, we're gonna be using Fit's Design pearl bracelet. This is one of my favorite bracelets because after the event is over, you can keep as a keepsake. And people love that. Who does not want pearls, right? Flowers that we're gonna be using. I'm gonna use white spray roses. I'm gonna be using some limonium. Then I gently spray in gold. And I have chosen to use white Monte Cassino ester that will give me the little filler flower a little larger than the limonium. It's gonna give me a lot of depth and a lot of texture as well. Let's get started. The first step is gonna be creating the bows. So we're gonna use the gold sheer ribbon first, and I'm gonna make loops around 3 on each side. And I'm gonna leave the little tails to be able to make it a little bit more fashion. Gonna get my little piece of bind wire and I'm gonna turn it and twist it. The gold ribbon will be on the top. So I'm gonna make the loops on the white ribbon a little larger. And then when we are ready to start gluing all the other elements, the white spray rose is gonna pop against the gold ribbon better than if we do the opposite. Six loops, 3 on each side. Gonna cut the end as well and use my black bind wire. Twist it and turn. And that one is done too. So the way that I'm gonna be gluing into the corsage wristlet, it's the white with the gold ribbon first, and then the gold goes on the top. This is how your wristlet comes, with satin ribbon holding the plastic piece where we're gonna be gluing the ribbon and the flowers. Make sure that we're gonna secure this very well. We do a couple knots in here, and then we go over and under, and we pass through and get to the other side. Then we're gonna do 2 more knots. There you go. So now that our bracelet is prepared and ready to get the ribbon and our flowers in, let's get started. First thing we're gonna do is glue the ribbon. Be very careful not to burn yourself. We're gonna put the white one first. Press it. Making sure it's gonna dry a little. Then we can come up with the other ribbon on the opposite way. opposite ways so we can fill the space that we have within the bracelet. Step 1 is done, so step 2 is to prepare the flowers. These beautiful spray roses came from Floricentric, and they are called Snowflake. It's one of my favorite varieties of spray roses because they open beautifully and they are almost pure white. Clean that, gonna cut it, and there you go. You can always save the little rose petals if you'd like, and you can make it a bed of petals to put the corsage on top when we're gonna pack it up, and making sure that it looks presentable and it's more than a corsage, it's a gift. Putting the roses upside down is gonna make it easier when we are ready to add the cold glue on the back of the flowers. So that's how we're gonna glue them into the ribbon. The glue is used not only to glue the flowers into the ribbon, but it helps us seal the cut and keep the humidity inside the flower so it will last longer. Now it's time to use our Oasis cold glue. We're gonna dab the flowers a little bit with cold glue, making sure we cover the cut. So again, it will seal the humidity inside the flower. Making sure you always clean the end of the tube before you put the cap back, so it will not clog and create the mess around the cap, and then you're no longer able to open, or you have to force to open and you end up losing a lot of product. Now then I have all the spray roses with the glue on it. I'm gonna start gluing them. Because we have two kinds of ribbons, I need to make sure that I'm gonna go like in the center. And all I do is place the spray rosy what I want. I'll count to 3, and then I'm gonna pull it out and place it back. 1, 2, 3, pull it out, and then I'm gonna place it back on the same spot. I'm gonna press it for about 5 seconds, and then I'm gonna let it go. Now we're gonna turn, and we're gonna do the next spray rose almost on the opposite side, and I wanna pull the ribbon up so the ribbon will show in between the flowers, and I'm gonna do the same thing. Gonna count to 3, I'm gonna pull it out, and I'm gonna place it back. My third one is gonna be like in a triangle, so I'm gonna leave this gold ribbon down. I'm gonna place the spray rose right there. I'm gonna count to 3 again, pull it out, and place it back. We have 2 more. This one is a little bit more like a bullet, so I'm gonna save that one for the center, and I'm gonna use the other one that's a little bit more open on the other side. Pulling the gold ribbon up, placing the spray rose in there, counting to 3, pull it out, back we go, press it, count to 5, make sure it's gonna stick into the ribbon, and now we have 1 more. Then I'm gonna be placing on the top. Out, count to 5, pressing gently without bruising the flowers and making sure that it's gonna stick. All the roses are in place. Step 3, we're gonna be adding the gold limonium. Then I lightly spray with gold spray. I'm gonna cut this piece a little smaller, and we're gonna do 5 pieces. The way that can save you glue and save you time is if you collected all the 5 pieces within your fingers, and you put a little dab of glue right there on the end. So you're making a little bouquet of fillers, holding within your fingers, getting your cold glue again. And I'm gonna add a little bit of glue all the way around, again closing the cut, keeping the humidity inside the filler. Cleaning the end, putting the cap back. Two more pieces to go. It looks very dainty and very beautiful. We are almost done. The next flower we're gonna be adding into the corsage is gonna be the white Monte Cassino ester. And again, I'm gonna be cutting about 5 pieces. Making sure the edges are fine, that the ends are not showing. We're gonna trim a little bit. This one is perfect. Gonna pull some of the leaves out. Same for these little guys. I have 2 pieces here that are a little larger than the other 3. Little dab of glue. I'm gonna leave my glue open because I have to come back and glue the other 3 pieces. Now I'm gonna clean, put the cap back, and I'm gonna finish gluing these last 3 pieces of Monte Cassino ester. I'm very happy with my corsage. After I'm done, I love to put it on my own wrist to see how it feels. Sometimes you have to come back and you have to add a little bit more glue within the ribbon. I'm gonna add a little bit of glue right there to cover my mechanics and making sure nothing's showing. As a professional florist, that's our job. That's what differentiates us from the others. We need to be proud of our work. We need to be proud of what we put out there, without a doubt. Then I'm gonna get my ribbon shears and I'm gonna cut some of the loops, leaving some of those tails coming out and down, making sure the ends are beautiful and on an angle. I will cut another one over here, the gold one. And one more of the white sheer ribbon with the gold edge in here. I'm gonna put it on my wrist now, making sure it feels comfortable. I love it, and I hope you did too. These little boxes, they have a plastic top. I love working with them because the person can see what's inside. Very inexpensive and came from Amazon. The rose petals, then we save it. We can sprinkle on the bottom. Always remember to put your business card inside. We're gonna place the finished product inside the box. No crowning glory will be necessary for this one because the prom is tonight. And if you put it on your cooler with a temperature between 37 and 40, it should last at least 3 days. We're gonna cover to protect the little flowers from the fan and the cold of a home refrigerator. We do send a little care tag with all our flowers and arrangements and flowers to wear, explaining to the regular clientele what they need to do. We don't need them to leave the corsage inside their car without air conditioner. Here is my corsage box with the corsage inside. I am going to add a little sticker. Again, branding is everything. It has my logo, the name of my studio, and my phone number. We are going to pack as a gift with the ribbon going under, making a pretty lace, and presenting our customer with this beautiful, not only packing, but product inside. I hope you enjoy my presentation today, and I hope you can take at home one tip of how to make your beautiful corsage work easier and beautiful. If you have any questions, please reach out to me and I will gladly respond. I want to say thank you one more time for my sponsors today: Meraki Tools, Smitter Oasis, Fits Design, and Floricentric. I hope you have a great day.